All right, so here we are at a Sonic basketball. The issue I'm having here is that I can't get rid of that set motion one there. It's like it's in program mode, but it's not. I can literally coin this up and start playing it, and the set motion would go away, and it'll start saying, you know, hey, play, play, play. But then after it's done, it goes back to setting motion one, when it should say thank you. It's saying that. So I'm not sure what's going on. So I'm going to open up the back and check the sensor to make sure that the sensor is either not misaligned or broken or not there or something. Because it doesn't look like the rim is centered compared to this one. I guess this one here is a little bit more centered than this one. But let's open up the back and take a look, see what we can find. All right, so here we are behind the game, and all we need to do is take off this part right here, which I already did on the other one. This is not the one that's bad. This is the one that's bad. As you can see, I have the sensor here. It's crooked. So if I were to fix this and then restart it, I can almost guarantee you it will not do the whole MOT sensor, looking for the motion sensor. So that means I probably have to tighten this up at the top a little bit. But let's do a little quick test. Turn it off, turn it on, just to see what happens. All right, let's go to the front. All right, it's giving me the set motion sensor again. It's possible that it's bad. I mean, those sensors do go bad. Let's see if I have one in stock. All right, so I didn't have one in stock, so I went ahead and tightened it up a little bit. I also cleaned it up real good with a little paintbrush here, just sort of brushed off all the basketball dust off of this. I did move this around so I can get in here and brush off any dust. If you're trying to figure out how to move this without turning it on, there's a little, kind of like press this little lever here, and you should be able to, I don't know if I can do it with one hand, but you should be able to move it just by pressing this little lock here. And then you should be able to move it back the other way. See if I can do it with one hand. Nope, I can't do it with one hand. Or maybe I can, I don't know. Just this little lever here. Press that, and you should be able to move this back and forth. But I also think I feel like I need to kind of like lube in here a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and lube that up a little bit. I feel like it's kind of loose. Or it might be normal, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna give it a quick spray with some lithium grease and then give it a quick test, see what happens. So let me go get some spray real quick, or spray it and then turn it on, see what happens. Because like I said, I didn't have a spare one, so I just cleaned it, and hopefully that helps. Let's go spray this real quick. All right, I got it cleaned up and sprayed up a little bit. I didn't have any white silicone, so I got some regular silicone lubricant. I was looking for lithium grease actually, but I didn't have any, so that should be fine. I sprayed all the bearings. There's bearings on the inside, bearings on the inside over here, bearings here, and bearings on the inside down there. And I think there's also one bearing right there in the middle. I sprayed everything. I sprayed real good. I wiped down all the excess, or wiped off all the excess, so that way I don't have a large amount of grease all over the place. All right, so let's turn it on and see what happens. Let's see if it goes into game mode and doesn't do that whole motion sensor mode again. Let's turn it on. Go around the front. Yep, still got the set motion sensor. I don't know if it's an error, but it's just not seeing the motion sensor, so we're gonna have to get a new one. Not a big deal. We'll order one, slap it in there. The game should be fine. So, but I feel like the game should still work like this. I'm not sure. Just let me wait for it to boot up, and we'll give it a quick test just to see what happens. Because if it still works, I'll just let it go. If not, then I'll put it down. So let's give it a couple minutes. All right, so I tried a few different things. I'm sorry that I didn't record myself doing it, but I'll tell you exactly what I did. So when I came out to the front, because I wanted to check it to see if it would still play at least, I kept hitting the player 1 button because it told me I had 1 credit there, but it wasn't working. It wouldn't let me. It wouldn't start the game. almost like the game was in like program mode for some reason. So the buttons are in here, you know. So I started, you know, just kind of like mashing the buttons, maybe thinking something got gummy in there and got stuck. A lot of drinks get spilled on this game and stuff like that. So I really just kind of mashed them and broke them free. And then now I think it's working normal because I can turn the game on. And that's what it's supposed to do. Although, yes, my display is a little messed up. I'll have to get a new one or fix that one. Not a big deal. Those displays are rather expensive, just so you know. Game will still play even though it has that little bad display there. Besides, you can see the score, the time, and the highest score, the time, and the score. So that's really all that's kind of necessary. But yeah, the game is good to go now. I guess it was just a matter of mashing the buttons enough to break them free. That means I would probably have to replace those buttons on the inside, so that way it doesn't get stuck in program mode, because that's what I think would happen. So it's possible that the sensor on the back is fine. Let's do a quick test again. Turn it off. See, it's off. I'm gonna try it back on. Yeah, I think it's back to normal, back into gameplay. Yeah. Although I feel like the coupe should have moved side to side real quick. I'm gonna test that with this one over here. All right, this game is turned off. It's stuck here. All right, turn this one back on. What in the world is going on here? There it goes. Maybe it doesn't move. I always thought it moved, but maybe they don't. I guess if they do move, let me know and I'll try to make them move again. Because I don't remember if they were supposed to move on startup for the first time or not. But like I said, it's back to normal. I'm still gonna go ahead and order that sensor for the back. I'm probably gonna go ahead and get some new buttons so I can replace those on the inside there, and that way I don't get it stuck into program mode anymore. All right, well, game is up. I'm gonna put the cover back on the back, and that's it. I'm gonna put the game into play and be done with this. Well, I hope this helped you. I'm not sure exactly what I did, but game's back to normal. All right, thanks for watching. All right, made it to stage 2, and it's moving. That's good. Although my question was, you know, was it supposed to move on startup? I don't remember if that's the way it was supposed to do. It's very shaky. I think I might have to change some bearings or brackets in there, something like that. But game is working fine. That's it. Thanks for watching.